Satan is placing his interpretation upon events, and people think, just as he would have them, that these calamities we're experiencing, such as tsunamis, earthquakes, COVID, the so-called climate change, and so many others, are filling our earth on a daily basis, are a result of Sunday breaking. Stay tuned in this episode of Harvest. We will discuss the coming Sunday legislation and how to prepare. Thinking to appease the wrath of God, influential leaders will soon make laws that will enforce Sunday observance. Even today, in the Pope's encyclical letter Laudato Si, there is a call to Sunday rest, to give the earth a day to rest and give families time together. The claim that fast-spreading corruption is largely attributable to the desecration of the so-called Christian Sabbath and the enforcement of Sunday observance would greatly improve the morals of our society is gaining attention. This claim is especially urged in the United States, where the doctrine of the true biblical Sabbath has been most widely preached. So it's not hard to see that this is plausible when a national Sunday movement is gaining attention even throughout Europe, and current presidential candidates in the United States are calling for a return to Christianization and church-going. In annotations on Sunday closing laws done by Cornell University, we read that the Supreme Court of the United States has rejected an establishment clause that challenged Sunday closing laws in McGowan versus Maryland. The court acknowledged that historically the laws had had a religious motivation and were designed to effectuate the concept of a so-called Christian theology. However, in light of the evolution of Sunday closing laws throughout the centuries, and of their more or less emphasis upon secular considerations, it's not difficult to discern that presently written and administered, most Sunday laws, at least, are of a secular rather than a religious character, and that they present no bearings or relationship to an establishment of a religion. Protestantism has already given her hand to the fellowship of Roman power. On October 31st, 2017, the 500th anniversary of the official start to the Reformation, a joint document was signed by 300 Protestant leaders with the Vatican, and it was declared that Luther's protest was over. The Bible warns in Revelation 13 that the power represented by the beast with lamb-like horns, the United States, shall cause the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the beast and form an image to the beast, the papacy. This prophecy will be fulfilled when the United States shall enforce Sunday observance, which has previously shown that Rome claims as her special mark of supremacy. It's clear to see our society is breaking down. We have mobs which fill our cities with seemingly nothing important to do other than to cause chaos and wreak havoc. Political corruption on every side is destroying the love of justice and regard for truth. We see this in recently highly publicized court cases of a former sitting U.S. president and fractious natures that occur within political parties. Even in free America, rulers and legislators, in order to secure public favor, are going to yield to a popular demand for a law to keep Sunday. History is going to repeat. False religions are going to be exalted. The first day of the week, a common working day possessing no biblical sanctity whatsoever, is going to be set up as the image of Babylon. All nations and tongues and peoples are going to be commanded to worship this spurious Sabbath. The decree enforcing the worship of this day is to go forth into all the world. This isn't hard to accomplish. Let's listen to a recent interview that the London Broadcasting Company had with famous atheist Dr. Richard Dawkins.
I do think that we are culturally a Christian country. I call myself a cultural Christian. I'm not a believer, but there's a distinction between being a believing Christian and being a cultural Christian. And so, I love hymns and Christmas carols, and I sort of feel at home in the Christian ethos. I feel that we are a Christian country in that sense. It's true that statistically the number of people who actually believe in Christianity is going down, and I'm happy with that. But I would not be happy if, for example, we lost all our cathedrals and our beautiful parish churches. So I count myself a cultural Christian. I think it would matter if we Certainly, if we substituted any alternative religion, that would be truly dreadful.
Remember, the mark of the beast is found in your forehead, which represents what you believe, or in your hand, which represents what you do or what you go along with. So what can Bible-believing Sabbath keepers do to prepare for this rapidly coming calamity? I am so thankful that Ellen G. White was given specific counsel to share with the church. The first is to get out of the cities. Secure a small home with land and grow gardens. She was shown that we should move to a vegetarian and, if possible, a vegan diet in preparing for the diet that will be in heaven. Secondly, don't fly into a passion over this matter, but take everything to God in prayer. He alone can restrain the power of rulers. Walk not rashly and hold your tongue circumspectly. Don't boast unwisely about your liberty or your constitutional rights, which is really born out of bitterness and maliciousness towards the government and what they're doing, or others that you simply find foolish. The Apostle Peter has provided some wise counsel.
Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear God, honor the king.
Nothing that shows defiance, or that can be construed or interpreted as being malicious, must be shown. Third, refrain from working on Sunday. This is not receiving the mark of the beast. In places where the opposition is so strong as to arouse persecution, if work is to be done on Sunday, then we as brethren should make that a day of occasion to do genuine missionary work. Don't irritate your neighbors who idolize Sunday by making determined efforts to do your chores purposely to exhibit your independence and your rights. Again, to defy the Sunday laws will just strengthen their persecution of religious zealots who are seeking to enforce them. Give them no occasion to call you a lawbreaker. One doesn't receive the mark of the beast because he shows that he realizes the wisdom of keeping peace by refraining from work that gives someone else offense. Finally, continue to worship on Sabbath, and where it's possible, let religious services be held on Sunday. Make these meetings intensely interesting. Sing hymns. Speak with power and assurance of the Savior's love. And again, these services don't bring sacredness to Sunday. Our time is short, brothers and sisters. You only need to have your eyes open to see what the Bible has predicted is coming to pass in our lifetime. I believe what the Bible and the spirit of prophecy have revealed, and I deeply desire to be prayerfully prepared. What about you?
This has been a presentation of Harvest with your host, Dr. Michael John Cookenmaster. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Like, comment, and share. See you next time.